Welcome. Today I am unboxing a new tank bag that I just received from Viking Bags at VikingBags.com. Anyways, I've been looking for a tank bag for a while, and nice to have one that I could use on both my motorcycles. Here I have a MT-09 Yamaha and a Husqvarna FE350. So I contacted Viking Bags and talk to them about their selection. So this bag here is their 7-liter bag. This is it. This here. We have our front harness strap right here. So this goes around the front end of the bike, around the gooseneck, or triple clamp. And then we have the rear portion of the bag. We've got a couple of nice clips here. Well, actually, this is for the backpack. Sorry about that. Backpack straps, I mean. There's that, there's that. Fold these things up. Here. Okay. So on the rear, we have the two straps that basically get affixed to the frame. The attaching method that they have on their instructions is basically you take this and you zip tie it to the frame. So opening up the bag, equipment that you have some immediate need. There's a nice little pocket for a cell phone. Whoa! Okay, and then so several pockets. So we got a small zip pocket here, maybe for a wallet. Another one here for a bigger wallet, and then another one here. Plenty of stuff. Then you also have these elastic holders. Put my trusty knife in there. Got another pocket up front, and then we have our 2-liter hydration pack. And this here area is where our water pack would go, and I have some water here. We can fill this up. So let's see how this goes there. And we've got a little pocket in here. I'm not exactly sure what that's for. Okay, so I've gotten some cable ties. These, of course, are long and a little bit thicker than the ones that they send you. And since I'm going to be using this on potentially 2 different bikes, I'm going to fix it on the Husqvarna, and I'm also going to fix it on the Yamaha. I'm going to leave that right there. So first thing I'm going to do is going to put this over here on the Husqvarna. For that, I'm going to move the camera. Okay, so one of the first things we need to do is attach the front of the bag to where the triple clamps are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this space right here, just behind the center bolt of the triple clamp. So to do that, I'm going to unhook this restraining strap and feed this around on this side, taking care that the female receptacle is on the right side. I'm sure anyways. Over here. Okay. And I'm going to move the camera in a little bit closer so we can see what's going on. So the female side is on the right. The clipping side, the male side, is on the left. They actually would clip together, but we're going to have our restraining strap go in between them here. Boom. That leaves them together. And so essentially when you don't have the tank on there, if you take it off, that just won't fall off. So you have an adjustment here and an adjustment on the opposite side here. So we have our tank cap here and the hose over here. So this is going to lay right here on top of that. All right. So I'm going to set this up over here. So what I'm doing here is just adjusting the straps on the tank, and depending on how close I want to get this to the handlebars right here, ideally right up there. In the instructions, they have these two little clips with a nothing like a dongle, basically a piece of auxiliary webbing. So they have you zip tight to the frame here, and then you would clip into here. Now I'm going to try something that's slightly different than what they have in the instructions, because these straps are long enough to go underneath the frame right here. Okay, so as long as there's nothing obstructing it, I'll just kind of feed this through. So we have this here to cinch this down, and the top section here, to lift this thing back up. There we go. I got this thing to cinch this down. Okay, there we have it. So to keep these from flopping, I would say fold them and put a little zip tie there. And I've got these small zip ties that I use for all the wiring. You can see a couple of them here. You just put it there. So if you're going to keep this front end here and always use it, I would do that. Otherwise, you can unhook this and remove it and nip these things out. If you're not going to be adjusting this any, and you just want to tie this off, then once you have it fixed, zip tie it, and then you can disconnect it using the clasping mechanism that they have here. At this point, it is attached on the bike. So if you need to get in there, you have a restraining clamp there on that side. So we have the two zippers on the top. You have access to anything you need immediately. Have that. What is this? Okay, this is our area on top, so anything immediate that you need in there is up there. Yeah, I'll throw that down. This is clamped. There we go. Okay, let's see what this thing looks like. I'm going to lower the bike. So I've taken the bike off the stand. This is empty but attached to the bike. There's plenty of room here so it doesn't impinge with the steering. Got full throw to throw here. Okay, I have my auxiliary back seat pad. So I want to see what this looks like if I'm sitting on it. There it is. So I have water, anything I need immediately here, tools, whatnot right here. And in general, you're either in this position or you're standing up and riding. I'm going to ride around here in the yard just for a second. I have an obstacle over here, which I'm going to place a camera next to, and I'm going to go right up and down with this here. Okay, so I've suited up. I don't have my protection on, but got boots on, gloves, and a helmet. I'm going to do a pre-flight check of the bag. So, let's see here. Pre-ride check. I'm going to just throw these glasses in here for right now. But I want to just ride around the yard here, go over this obstacle, and I have another obstacle in the back I'm going to show. But I just wanted to see what it's like before I actually get on the trail and you know, have some potential issue while I'm actually out there. So I'm going to go ahead and start this thing up, warm up the motorcycle. Okay, well, I wanted to show you how I would pack this tank bag, and I have a close-up of the tank bag, and I'm going to put a few things in there, my tools. Here I have my patch kit with air and rubber. Now I plan on in the future going over to using bibs, moose bibs, but for right now I have inner tubes, and so I have this kit. This here is a tow strap. It's about 30 meters. In a previous photo, I'm showing you what I have in this toolkit, but this is the tire spoons plus wrenches. This bag here has the smaller stuff to take off some of the smaller nuts, and it has the Torx attachments plus a 1/4-inch drive set. I typically bring 3 liters of water, and the water bag that they have here is 2, so I'm going to put in another one of these. And of course, what would a ride be like without an action camera? So I have my action camera here. there we have it. Up here we have several pockets, ear plugs, wire dikes. Let's see where they're going to go. Let's put them up here. Spare zip ties. Spare zip ties. If you didn't have a knife, what would life be like? Typically have my glasses. I'm just going to put them on top here. On the top here I usually have stuff that needs to be easily accessible, so I typically have a hat. Fold that thing up. Then we cinch it down on each side.